Alright, so
You actually started.
I'm gonna try something now. If you don't know me, my name is Parma, and I go by Festa Faster in the K-drama fandom. I'm sitting with my cousin right now, and I have converted her to K-drama. She watches them with me sometimes, but she specifically likes watching dramas in the romantic and fantasy genre, which, because I love them too, that's what I introduced her to. So, that's all fine. The problem is that there are two thrillers that I'm watching currently. I've just watched the first episode of Flower of Evil and The Good Detective. And I'm really enjoying both of them. And I'm hoping to get her to watch at least one of them with me. Okay, so to quickly introduce you to my cousin. So that's my cousin. Her name is Ramona.
That's nice.
Let's start with Flower of Evil. The first drama that I'm convincing her to watch is Lee Jun K's Flower of Evil, where Lee Jun Ki, we think he plays a psychopath. Definitely somebody who has difficulty accessing his emotions. However, the story starts by showing a really happy family. And then as the story progresses, you find out that his character is a metal worker. He creates pens and stuff. He has his own workshop. He doesn't have a very good relationship with his parents, who treat him oddly and who don't seem to believe that he's capable of loving his wife and child, and that his wife is a cop and she does think that he loves them a lot. Okay, so that's how the entire thing starts. It soon progresses to a reporter visiting his workshop and recognizing him as a totally different person, also by a different name. Basically asks him if he had killed somebody at 18 years and ran away from his hometown. And Lee Jun Ki...
Two identical people in the same... Okay.
No, far more likely that he kind of changed his name and
Or he has
took somebody else's identity.
Yeah, or he has multiple personality disorder.
This is literally a story of a potential psychopath being married to a woman who thinks he's in love with her. Okay. Doesn't do any K-drama tropes. Okay.
But they also do the identical thing, right?
Yes, but that's so 2000s. They don't do that anymore much. Okay, sorry. Moving on. So, this is the situation. The first episode basically ends with Lee Jun Ki attacking the reporter and tying him up and sort of putting him in the basement of his workshop. And his wife comes home and they hug and they have a tiny child. They're playing with the child. It's a very happy family with a man in the...
Psychopath had a child?
Yeah, psychopath had a child. But we are not sure if he is a psychopath or if he's just misdiagnosed or just lacks empathy. We don't know. Point is, we don't know if he's an actual killer running away from it or if he was just accused of being the killer because, he's a likely suspect.
Tying a detective or journalist
but
up
then
and
that's because he's
locking
trying to protect his family, right? His current identity. And he didn't murder the journalist. He just
tied him up and just threw him in a basement and stay there.
Basically,
Start to death if necessary, but I will not
you have
let you out.
You have to understand something. Lee Jun Ki may be a psychopath. He's also the hero, so he will.
He can do these kind of things
and still be
hero worship.
Yeah, because he's Lee Jun Ki. Anyway, it's really interesting. We don't know. Is he a psychopath? Has he actually murdered somebody? Whose identity has he taken over? So he's not really his quote-unquote parents' child, who treat him really oddly and refuse to acknowledge his wife and child. So there is that entire thing.
Oh, so they treat him oddly and they refuse to acknowledge the child.
Basically, they kind of want to be involved, but Lee Jun Ki is like, no, you cannot be involved because you guys can't act. And my wife is a cop and she will catch on.
Oh.
And so...
For a second I thought you guys can't act. I'm not taking you in my life because I need drama.
Right. Okay. So that is Flower of Evil, which I'm really hooked. I mean, it has a lot of very basic tropes. Like his wife has this. She's one of those detectives who makes blazing connections. Like, oh, his feet has dirt, which means he ran without shoes
Sherlock,
on.
basically.
Very, very Sherlockian. But she also follows the law. She doesn't really like breaking them. So I like her character, but it's tropey. I don't care. It has Lee Jung-ki in it, and I'm so far I'm really hooked. The second one is The Good Detective. So I've just watched the first episode, and we haven't quite sunk into the meat of it yet. Essentially, it's about two detectives. The first one is again blazingly smart, young.
Everybody's blazingly smart on there.
I cannot use any other adjectives. So the younger detective is, as we covered, blazingly smart. Is okay with breaking some laws, doesn't really maintain the hierarchy in the police department, which irritates his partner. But he makes connections faster than other people, and he's very thorough in his investigation. Blah 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 blah. What happens is he is new to the precinct, and the guy he gets partnered up with is a much older cop, and he is up for a promotion, and so his performance is being assessed.
So the detective is a girl, right?
No, both of them are men.
Okay.
Why would, this is not a couple. Not everything is romantic. They're just paired together because they're working together.
Acha, even in that previous one, there was no romantic.
No, there was no Lee Jung-ki and his wife. That's the romance, and it's actually like full of pathos and. You cannot be biased just because there is no romance in this one. You don't know. Also, this one has E. Elijah, who's we haven't watched her anything yet.
Thanks.
She's gorgeous.
I know who she's talking about. She's lying.
She's gorgeous. She's a reporter, and I don't know what her arc is yet, except that she's also involved in investigating a series of murder that has happened. Okay, anyway, back to the story. So the older detective was up for a promotion. 5 years back, he arrested this man for murder of 2 people, and his daughter suddenly disappeared in the current timeline. And
Current timeline? Is there more timelines?
no, there is no. It's not fantasy. It's just past and present times. Past may he arrested someone, and present time suddenly the daughter of the convict, who's by the way on death row and about to be hanged or injected to death. I kind of don't know what Korea does. About to be put to death. His daughter vanishes, and then this man appears at their precinct and says that he has killed that girl. And says, I remember burying her, but I'm not sure what happened.
He remembers burying her, but he doesn't know what happened.
No,
he buried her.
he's-
That's what happened.
Yeah, buried her, but like, how did he kill her? Where did he kill her? Why did he kill her? He's not giving any information. He's coming up to the precinct and telling these 2 detectives, "I killed the girl." Chal. And they are like, okay, so where? And the one thing I really liked about this story is that they didn't just immediately jump on him and punch him or anything. That seems to be like a trope with most dramas where cops are like, "Yeah, you evil chub, you killed a
No,
girl, I
apparently
will
there's this thing
murder
where
you."
even if you come and confess to something, you apparently have to prove the fact that you've actually done
Yeah,
it.
that is normal. That is what the drama does, which I love. That they didn't immediately believe him.
Yeah, you can't.
Half of them were like, "Is this guy just insane?" So anyway, they are doing the investigation properly. They were following up on where he said he had buried the girl and all of that stuff. But he is basically leading them on a chase. The girl's body is finally found, but not where he had initially said it would be found. Nobody knows what the heck is happening. Now, while this goose chase is happening, they start finding that not everything is right with the past case. Like the case 5 years ago where the father was arrested for the deaths, that there might be some things up. So that's your. I haven't established the older detective very well, but he is he's actually a pretty funny guy. But he likes that he is like a senior detective. He's up for a promotion. He's like a bit stressed. He doesn't want the past dug up too much because he doesn't want his assessment messed up. But he's also a good detective, so it's not like he will not
So
follow up.
what is there something in his past?
We don't know. I've just watched the first episode. now.
Acha, okay, right.
So which one are you more likely? to
It's
watch?
time I have to
Yeah, you
decide.
have to decide.
Suspense, everything suspense. An hour of evil. Good detective. Psychopathic killer. Detective who has to decide whether this person has actually killed the girl or not. Yeah, I think I'll go with good detective.
Really?
Yeah. I want to know why did this guy suddenly come and confess, and why does he not remember what he's done with the girl, and why is he sending them on a wild goose chase, and what happened to that girl, and if this guy is actually
I'm so impressed. I did not realize your mind worked like this. Like, really, you don't
Clearly,
know
she
my
does.
sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I just like the name Good Detective better than Flower of Evil.
Okay, Flower of Evil is great. Okay, it is evocative. Okay, so that's the video. She has chosen. I don't know if she'll actually keep her word and watch it with me, but I guess we'll find out. Thank you. I've been looking forward to this for.
I think both of us should be on the screen for this.
But it's
because
like
they'll
a-
be like, you're probably speaking and I'm probably going to get some coffee. Will they even know that you're convincing me?
It's actually a good point.